What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Pimpage Pick Ups, episode number 15. We're about 8 days away from Grand Prix Washington DC, the team sealed event. I am going to be attending that, and I know in the last episode I had mentioned that if I was going to go, my goal was to get a Mox Pearl. But in that episode, I also hinted that there was a possibility that I might be picking up another vintage amazing card for my cube. And I was successful, which is why I'm bringing you this episode. I also have been picking up some random foils, and let's just get right into it. So first off, we got a Diagraph Ghoul. This supports the black aggressive strategy, which is not in my cube. I don't know, the first like 10 or so cards here, they're not in the cube, but if I ever decide to include the archetype, at least I've got it. Strangleroot Geist, again, it's like a green aggressive strategy. And a Voltaic Key. If I ever decide to pick up a Time Vault and throw that busted card in the cube, this is one of the enablers. So, yeah, that thing does broken stuff, which is what my cube is about. But, yeah, I mean, if you pretty much open Time Vault, then your chances of winning seem pretty good, usually. At least that's how it was in the Vintage Cube on Magic Online. Next up, we got Aurelia's Fury. My, have the mighty fallen. I got this for $2, and when Gatecrash first came out, this thing was ridiculously expensive, so glad to hold off on that. Again, not in the cube, but it's kind of a nice card to just have. Serendib Freet, the FTV foil, which is the only foil version. But if you need like a big body or an aggressive kind of blue creature flying, yeah, it does the job. Got Exclude from Invasion. It's a pretty solid counterspell, but again, you know, I'm very picky with all my counterspells, so definitely this is not better than all the ones that I have currently. Rushing River, it's just solid value. So who knows, maybe one day that'll make it in. Next up, Harbinger of the Tides. It's a really awesome card. Certainly is playable in the Merfolk decks, you know, in Modern, and I believe even in Legacy it's shown up. This card is awesome if I ever decide to run the Blue Devotion archetype. So Master of Waves and Kira. So yeah, if that archetype ever makes it in, this guy is an auto-include. Next up, Exquisite Firecraft. It's a really powerful burn spell, and usually you'll have spell mastery, so it can't be countered. This commanded a hefty price from when it first came out. I'm trying to remember, was it like around $20-25 or so? Maybe a little bit less. But I got this for $3 and a little bit of change. Can't remember how much, but three and some change. And currently, Char is in its spot because Char is 1 red, 2 colorless. It's easier to splash for if a different deck wanted it, but this is definitely a solid card. Could easily end up in the cube. It's that good. Next up, Graveborn Muse. If you're in black, who doesn't like drawing cards? And if you're able to have like a zombie sub theme, pretty nice. And I had mentioned that I was going to be including like a storm package eventually in the cube. So Piretic Ritual, it's kind of a, you know, very good enabler. As well as Careful Study. You could certainly play it in Storm, you know, and if you've got certain cards and then you cast Yawgmoth's Will or whatever, you could take advantage of that. But it also enables Reanimate, the Reanimator archetype, so pretty good card overall. And Mind's Desire, another very fun Storm card, win condition usually, and very fun to cast. Love this old border, so sexy looking. Got the Reality Smasher. Now I have not included any of the like actual colorless cards or you know, the waste symbol cards in my cube. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I might just wait to see what future cards come out, and if there's enough that warrants the support into the cube, then I will already have this card, because this one's pretty sweet. And finally, the last card not in the cube is Dragon Lord Jamocha. Now, I do love this dragon. It's a very solid Selesnya creature. However, currently, I like all the other Selesnya cards that are in the slots. But this one is very good. It's nice to have a card that pretty much shuts down like red, gets around being countered from the blue shenanigans. So it's one that I actually am currently considering trying to work its way into my cube. So there you have it. Now, moving into the cards that are in my cube, I recently added this one here. It's pretty cool, and I'm anxious to see if some of its abilities can actually be taken advantage of. But for 2 mana, you get a 2/3 Death Touch. It's pretty solid. Got Dragon Lord Atarka. Just a really fun natural order target, and just a nice big fatty. You can reanimate, even in a sneak attack or show and tell. It's just a good card. All right, boom, we got Strip Mine. This is the very first expedition that I've ever owned, so that's pretty sweet. I still have not opened one. Of course, I'm not really cracking packs trying to get it because my sealed luck is pretty bad. But picked this one up off eBay for $52. I felt like it was a pretty good price compared to a lot of the cards listed on TCG. And not to mention, I then buy listed my FTV Strip Mine and got like 25 some dollars in credit, so which went towards the last card you'll see. All right, second to last is Maze of Ith. Yes, the Judge promo Maze of Ith, replacing that FTV foil. Although I do kind of like the artwork on the FTV foil, but I just don't like the foil process. However, I love the artwork on this Judge promo. It is really sexy. The one thing, though, was I picked this up from Troll and Toad with credit before Eternal Masters was announced. So there is a possibility that Maze of Ith shows up in Eternal Masters, which could incidentally, lower the price on this promo if there's, a cool foil version that comes out. So who knows? Hopefully they don't use the same artwork, so that makes this one a little more desirable, but we'll see. I'm still happy to have this one. And last card, the vintage one. You guys probably are having a couple guesses. Let's just go ahead and spoil it. It is, ooh yeah, Mishra's Workshop. Man, that is so cool. I'm really, really happy to have this card. So I got this from Channel Fireball, Slight Play. They had it listed for $700, and I got the 5% off, which dropped it down to $665, and I ended up having about $535 in credit. So it cost me about $130 in cash. But very, very excited to have a Mishra's Workshop, which is just a really busted card. But here's the back. Looks really good, I think. There's a little bit of white down there, and maybe a little bit of white right up there. Otherwise, the card looks really good. Mishra's Workshop. So, I don't know, a lot of people think that maybe this might go up in the future, the price, so I'm really happy to have it right now. And Channel Fireball actually had like one of the lowest prices as far as the market's concerned that I've seen, listed on eBay and listed in TCG Player. $665 for a Slight Play Mishra's Workshop. Pretty good. And obviously I was, been flipping cards, so I actually been profiting quite a bit from them. So yeah, there you have it. Mishra's Workshop. Another powerful vintage card added to my cube. So guys, stay tuned. I will hopefully be adding another episode after Grand Prix Washington DC. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.